So, good morning. First year Bcom Computer Applications, Semester 1, FIT, Unit 5, Data Communications, Basics of Data Communications and Networks. Today's concept is about the basics of data communications. So, first year Bcom Computer Applications, Semester 1, Unit 5, Data Communication Basics. So, what is the syllabus? Data, what is data? What is communication? What are basic networking devices? What are basic networking devices used in communication? Communication process means how the data communication works, means how the data is transferred or transmitted from one place to another. Data transmission speed means how to measure the speed of the communication, communication. Similarly, communication types, data communication types means are modes. What are the different types of modes? What are the different types of data communications and different types of modes available, and their features, applications, like that. And data transmission media, data, what is the media, which type of media is used to transmit data from sender to receiving station or from one device to another device. So, what are the basic data transmission media used? Means different types of media, different types of hardwares, different types of cables. What type of cables are used? Which type of communication methods are used? Which type of communication media is used? Similarly, what is modem and how the modem is working? What is the definition of modem? Similarly, what are the characteristics and types of networks? So, what are the different types of networks, or what are the different types of topologies and their features and their characteristics, functionalities? Similarly, LAN topologies, and what are protocols or computer protocols? What are the different types of protocols used? Similarly, concepts relating to networking means other terminology. What are the other terminology used in networks, in generally used in networks? All these things we are going to discuss today. This is the fifth unit. This is the syllabus of the fifth unit of first year Bcom Computer Applications, semester 1, unit 5. So, we start with this PPT, fundamentals of data networks and data communication. So, in this chapter we are going to discuss about what are data communications, what are networks, what is the internet, and what are the protocols and standards used in the networks. All these things we may discuss here. I already posted some PPTs, PDFs in the group. So, this is the content, or these are the basic contents about data communication. So, what is data communications and networking works? How the data communication and the networking works? Generally, data communications and networking changes the way we do the business and the way we live. Similarly, business decisions have to be made more quickly. Means without any technology, generally any business won't work. So, the technology may be rapidly changed, and these technologies are very helpful in any business to take appropriate decisions and to grow the business like that. And decisions depends on immediate access to accurate information. Generally, data communications and communications data communication or any communications are very useful in taking decisions by top level management or managers by any company to immediate to get or to access the data or information immediately, which is accurate, correct and fast manner. Similarly, business today rely on computer networks and internet. Generally, in today's scenario, all the business operations are generally based on done on online only. That is like real time online network based only. So before we want to know some basic things, how network operates, what is the network and how the network operates, what type of technologies are available in networks and which design best fits with for different needs. All these things we may go to discuss here. So generally by using a PC or computers, uh, uh, without a PC or a computer there is no business or industry or science and education. So similarly, data communication is also one of the important role in data communications and networking. Both are important, play an important role in any area of the business or present society. So technology's advances are making it possible for communication links to carry more and faster signals. Services are evolving to allow the use of expanded capacity. So where we use these data communications and networks in day-to-day life or in companies means like in conference callings, video conferencings, call waitings or calls, voicemails, all these things. In all these areas we may generally use data communications and computer networks rapidly. So what is the definition? What is the definition of data communications? What is it? So what is communication? Communication means sharing information among different users or among different computers or among different devices, either local or remote. Local to means generally face to face, and remote means over a long distance, covering long distances. So telecommunication is another way or another method of data communication technologies. So in telecommunications, telephones, telegraph and televisions are the examples. Means communication at a distance. Tele means, what is tele? Tele means far, means covering or communicating far distances or long distances. Used to communicate with each other by using any device, by using some telephones, telegraphs, like that. So in data communication there are two important terms or terminologies are used. First one is data, second one is called as data communication. What is data? Data means generally it refers to some information or tells about something about some information presented in any form agreed up by the parties creating and using. So generally data is nothing but some information or telling something about some information which is in any format, like in some text format, graphic or some voice or some any format. Similarly, what is data communication? Data communication is the exchange of data between two devices or two computers or two PCs via some form of transmission media, means cables. So what is the definition, exact definition of data communication? Data communication is a process in that we may simply transfer or exchange or send or receive the data or information between two devices or between two computers or between two persons by using some form of transmission medium or by using some form of media. It is called as physical media. By using some physical media, example like cables, like that. So data communication mainly used to transfer or transmit data or information or files or information from one place to another, or from one person to another, or from one device to another device by using some physical media like wireless media or cables, like that. So communication system made up of a combination of hardware. Generally, what is a communication system? Data communication, the minimum requirements to transfer data among two or more devices or persons is two components we require. First one is hardware and second one is software. These are the two important components for working with any communication systems. Next, effectiveness of data communication system depends on delivery accuracy. So effectiveness of data communication system depends on delivery and accuracy. So generally the data, the quality of data communication, the quality of data communication depends on two parameters or two. First one is delivery and accuracy. What is delivery? Delivery means the system must deliver the data to correct destination, data received by the intended user only. So what is delivery? Delivery of data or information or some packets or bits from sender station to receiver station. That is the first thing. Means generally the delivery should be the destination, the sender and receiver. There are generally two terminologies or two terms are used, sender and sender station and receiving station. Generally sender station sends some data or information, and receiving station or receiving node or receiving computer may receive the data or information through some physical media. That is the basic working of the data communications. So the system must deliver data to correct destination, data received by the intended user only. Means the data should be reached or should be delivered to the exact user. Second one is accuracy. Accuracy means the system must deliver data accurately, no change. Means what is accuracy? The system must deliver the data accurately, means correctly, no changes or without any changes or without any delay or without any disturbances or without any noise or without any loss of data. The data should be or must be delivered to the sender stations. Means data should not be changed during data communication process. Next is another important parameters. So all these are parameters, different types of parameters are effectiveness, how to affect the data communication processes. First one is delivery, means the delivery should be, the destination should be correct. Second one is accuracy, means there should not be any changes or there should not be any delay or there should not be any loss of data or there should not be any noise imposed, like that. Third one is timelines. What is timeline? The system must deliver data in timely manner, means the data should be delivered in a given time only. In a given time only means there should not be any delay, there should not be any delay or there should not be any gaps while sending data or information from sender to receiver. Means data arrived late or useless. Generally if the data or information transmitted is late, it is not appropriate, and in the same order video and audio and without delay real time transmissions. Generally, timelines are mainly important for using in playing some videos and audios on the networks. Fourth one is jitter. Jitter means variation in the packet arrival time. Uneven quality in the video is the result. So this is the simple diagram used to represent or used to data communications. So what are the different components? What are the different components of different processes or different procedures or different terminology, terms and terminology used in while using in data transmissions or data communication process. So a data communication system is made up of 5 components. So generally in data communication process, there are 5 important components are used, or 5 terms or terminologies are used. These are, first one is called as message, second one is called as sender, third one is called as receiver, fourth one is medium, fifth one is protocol. So these are the 5 important components. This is the essay type question. This is the one of the important essay type question. That is, what are the different components? What are the different components or parts of data communication system is made up of? Generally, first one is message. What is a message? Generally, how the data communication takes place means, in general, data communication is done in 2 parts or 2 PCs, in between 2 computers or in between 2 devices or in between 2 users over internet or medium. So generally senders and receivers are the 2 important components, or users or PCs or any devices. Sender sends some message or information or data to receiver over some transmission medium or physical media. It is called as the working or process of the data communication. So what are the different components, important components? What are the different important components in data communication? First one is sender, second one is receiver, third one is message. Message means some data or information. Fourth one is some medium. What is the media? Media or medium, physical media or physical medium, or transmission media. Medium means the physical media used in between sender and receiver to send and receive the data or information. Either it is a physical media like cables, or it is a wireless or Wi-Fi or something. So protocols, another important term used is protocols. So we explain all these things. This is the first essay type question from 5th unit. So what are the different components? What are the different components of, or parts or components of data communication? First one is we require some sender. Similarly, we require some receiver. Similarly, we want to send some message, text or data or information. And similarly, we require some medium, physical medium or transmission medium. Either it is a physical or it is a wireless media. And protocols. What is a protocol? Protocol are generally some set of rules and regulations formed to so what are the components? First one is message. Message is nothing but some data or information. Messages are also called as some data or information to be transmitted. Messages are also called as some packets, data or information to be transmitted in between some senders and receiving stations, or in between 2 users, among 2 users, or in between among 2 PCs, or in between among two computers. So what is the message? The information, data or information to be communicated. What is the message? Message is generally consists of some data or information to be communicated or to be transmitted. Generally, the message consists of some text or numbers, pictures, audio, video, anything. Generally, it contains some text, numbers, pictures, audio, video files, anything. Second one is to use data communication. We may require sender and receiving, senders and receivers. So sender station and receiving station. We require some sender stations or sender PC or sender device, and we may also require some receivers also. So what is a sender? Sender means the person who sends the person or device who sends the data or information over the network. So the device that sends the data message is called as the sender station. The device that sends the data message means, what is a sender? Sender is nothing but it is the device, or it is a computer, or it is the PC who sends the data or information over network. So generally senders are like any computer or any workstations, any telephone handsets, video cameras, PCs, devices like mobiles, all these are senders. Similarly, what is a receiver? Sender station and receiving station. What is a receiver? Receivers, the device that receives the message. The device that receives the message or data or information is called as the receiver. Generally, the receiver may be either a computer, it may also be either a computer workstation, any computer, any PC workstation, device like mobiles, telephone, handsets, televisions, and everything. Next important fourth component of data transmission process is media. Media or medium or transmission media or physical media. So fourth component of data communication process is medium or physical medium or transmission medium or media. So the physical path by which a message travels from sender to receiver is called as the medium. So what is the medium? A physical path by which a message means how, in which way the data or information or message is transmitted from sender to, tells about how the message or data or information is transmitted from sender to receiving station. That is from the physical path by which a message travels from sender to receiver. So there are many types of physical mediums are used, like physical mediums are used like cables and wireless cables and everything. Cables are generally used for these physical media, and wireless cables are Wi-Fi's or some satellites. All these are the components. There are many types of physical mediums are used, like cables, physical cables, or wires, or some antennas, or some Wi-Fi's routers. All these are the wireless mediums also. So examples for physical media are twisted pair cables, copper cables, coaxial cables, fiber optic cables, radio waves. All these are different media. All these are the different types of media used in data communication process to transmit data over the medium. So what are the media used? Twisted pair cables, coaxial cables, fiber optic cables, radio waves. All these are the different cables used. So the fifth important component of data communication process is protocol. What is a protocol? Protocol is nothing but it is a set of rules and regulations that govern data communications. So, fifth component is protocol. Fifth component is protocol. What is a protocol? Protocol is a set of rules and regulations that govern data communication. Means protocols tells about how the data is transmitted, how the data or information is send and receive. So, protocol is nothing but it is also an agreement between the communicating devices. Devices may be connected but not communicating. No protocol. Uh, that is a simple working of a protocol. So, what is a protocol? Protocol is nothing but it is a set of rules and regulations framed or formed to send and receive data or information over a network. Simply, it is an agreement between the communicating devices. So, devices may be connected, means two or more devices or computers or mobiles are connected, but not communicated. Communicating means there is no protocol. If whenever we use the same protocol on both the devices, then only they are able to communicate with each other. Next one is data representations. So, data representations means which type of data or information is generally used to, which type of data or information is which type of data or information is generally used to communicate in between two or more users, like text data or numeric data or images, graphics, audio, video. So, all these are the different types of data to be communicated with each other or to be communicated over a network in any data communication process. So, in data communications we may use text, numbers, images, pictures, audio files, video files and other formats of data is to be transmitted. So, data representation. So, how to represent the data information means we may explain all these things, these five with one by one. First one is text. Text is nothing but it contains some ordinary text or alphabets A to Z or small a to Z or capital A to Z. Generally, the data is stored or represented in the form of some bits, zeros and ones, different sets of patterns to represent text symbols. And generally, all the data internally, all the data is represented with ASCII format or Unicode format like that. Binary data. Internally, we may use binary data or machine language to transmit data over a network or over a data communication process. Next one is numbers. The second type of data to be transmitted is numbers. So, what are numbers? Numbers are numeric values, either a positive number or a negative number or either a whole number or a decimal number, whatever it may be. Numbers also used to transmit over a network. So, generally all the numbers, text and numbers are represented internally by some bits and internally by using some bits or patterns like bit and byte like that. The number is directly converted into a binary number. So, any type of data or information, internally is first of all it is converted into binary forms like bits, bytes like that. Then only then only the data will be transmitted over a physical medium. The third part is called as images or graphics or pictures. So, generally these are also represented or transmitted by using some bit patterns. It is called as pixels, a matrix of pixel. What is a pixel? Pixel means nothing but it is a picture element Generally the size of the graphic or image or picture is depends on the resolution of the file. Resolution, it is called as resolution. Resolution means it contains the number of the sizes or the number of pixels used in the graph. So high resolution means more memory is generally needed, means more pixels are generally used. Similarly, each pixel is assigned a bit pattern, 1 bit pattern, 2 bit pattern, like that. So fourth and fifth type of data representations are audio and video files. Audio and video files are generally used to transmit over a network or a communication process. Generally these are audio and video files are continuous, not discrete, and they may be changed internally from digital to analog and analog to digital. Similarly, video recording or broadcasting of a picture or movie changed to digital signals. Here we may use some digital form of data or information. So data flows. So how the data flows, or how the data or information transmitted, how the data or information is transmitted, in which way the data or information is transmitted. Generally, the data transmission process, or generally the data transmission takes place in 3 types. That is the communication between any 2 devices, or the communication between any 2 PCs or devices can be 3 types. First one is simplex, second one is half duplex, and third one is full duplex. This one is simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. So what is simplex mode of data transmission? These are the different types of modes. These are the different types of modes, or different types of transmission modes. These are the different types of data transmission modes or transmission mechanisms. First one is simplex, second one is half duplex, and third one is full duplex. So simplex means light ఆగిందా స్విచ్ బోర్డులో. So these are the 3 different types of data communication methods, or different data communication modes. Data communication modes or data communication methods. First one is called as simplex method or simplex mode. First one is called as simplex mode or simplex method. Second one is half duplex mode or half duplex method. Third one is called as full duplex mode or full duplex method. So what is simplex method or simplex mode? One way. Simplex means one way communication. One way communication. Generally in simplex mode the data is transmitted in one way, that is either from sender to receiver or from receiver to sender only. The communication only one way, means only one way will be operated. The communication is unidirectional. Unidirectional means one direction. Unidirection means one directional data transmission. So the communication is unidirectional. Only one device on a link can transmit, the other can only receive. So in simplex mode, how the simplex mode works? In simplex mode, one device is can transmit the data over the network to other device, and the other device simply receives the data or information. So, the first method of data communication mode, or the first method of data communication process is simplex mode. Simplex mode or simplex method. So, the first mode or method of data communication is simplex mode. Simplex, it is also called as one-way transmission. One-way transmission means the communication is generally in unidirectional. Uni means one-way directional or one-way transmission. Only one device can on a link can transmit, the other can only receive. Generally in one-way communication or a simplex communication, two devices or computers or PCs are connected. One is transmitted and one is sender is transmitted and receiver is received. Use the entire capacity of the channel to send the data. Example, keyboards, monitors. So, in the what is the example? What are the benefits of using simplex mode data transmission? In simplex mode, the channel or the media uses or utilizes the complete capacity of the channel, the complete or the entire capacity of the channel to send the data or information. Examples are some keyboards and monitors like that. So, this figure explains about simplex mode of data transmission. That is a monitor connected, simply a terminal connected to a mainframe. Second type of data transmission. Second type of data transmission is called as off duplex. Off duplex transmission. One lane with two directional traffic. Each station can both transmit and receive, but not at the same time. When one device is sending, the other can only receive, and vice versa. The entire capacity of the channel is taken over by the transmitting device. Example is walkie-talkies. So, half duplex, second type of data transmission. Second type of data transmission or data transmission modes. Second type of data transmission mode is half duplex. Generally, in half duplex mode, each station can have both transmit and receive, but not at the same. So, generally in half duplex mode, both sender and receiver can transmit the data or information by using some channel. But when sending the sender, when transmitting the sender, the receiver only receives the data. Similarly, vice versa, and the entire capacity, the full capacity of the channel is taken over by the transmitting devices. Examples are walkie-talkies. So, in full half duplex mode, both stations, both station 1 and station 2, sender and receiver have send and receive both in bidirectional way. In bidirectional way means they can work and operate on two-way purpose. Means the sender can send data or information and receives the data or information. Similarly, at the same time, receiver can also receives the data and he can also send the data or information. The advantage of full duplex network is the channel capacity. We may use the full channel capacity. Next one is third type of transmission. Third type of data transmission is full duplex. Third type of transmission is called as full communication or transmission is called as full duplex mode. In full duplex mode, two-way communications or two-way data communications takes place. Both stations can transmit and receive the data or information at the same time. Signals going in either direction. Sharing the capacity of the link. Sharing can occur in two ways. Link has two physically separated transmission paths, one for sending and the other for receiving. The capacity of the channel is divided between signals traveling in both directions. Examples for full duplex data communications is telephone network. So, in full duplex, what are the features of full duplex modes or full duplex transmission modes? Both stations can transmit data and receive at the same time. Generally, the signals going in either direction, sharing the same link or capacity. Sharing can be in two ways. Two ways means both sender and receiver can transmit and receive the data at the same time. So, the example is telephone line. Examples for full duplex network is telephone lines. So, this is the today's concept. We will continue in the next